Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another North Georgia Video Productions Hall County Sports Television Game of the Week. Well, sort of. I'll explain that in just a moment. Gary Glenn along with William Howington. As you can see, we're attired in some school colors because, William, kind of a treat for the audience tonight. We're stepping outside of football and basketball, baseball, normal stuff that you might see us televised here. And we're going to do some high school wrestling.
Right, Gary. I guess it's the first time it's been done in a long time, but we got a good match tonight, West Hall and Chestatee.
West Hall and Chestatee from the Silver Dome. And these two teams, of course, scrapping one another. They're going head-to-head. And a lot of times, William, nowadays they'll do a 3 or a 4 team match. But that's kind of hard for us to cover. But when we decided to try to do high school wrestling for you here on Hall County Sports Television, we wanted to get a good rivalry, a good teams that are pretty evenly matched and actually wrestling one another in a dual match situation. Back a long time ago, when you and I, back in the day, as they say, that was the order. You almost never did anything more than that other than a tournament.
Right, just one dual meet head-to-head, and that was it. Now they got tri-matches and quads and so on and so forth. But tonight we'll just concentrate on Chestatee and West Hall.
All right, and they'll go head-to-head with one another, as I said, at the Silver Dome. First of all, let's talk about some of the wrestlers that we're going to be seeing tonight. I'll go with West Hall first, starting with the matches at 103, and that's where the weight classes start. There are 14 weight classes. They begin at 103 pounds. Now, for those of you that are used to seeing wrestling, that's the professional stuff, people jumping off of ropes. Now, this is not this. This is what you will see occasionally when they'll broadcast the NCAA wrestling tournament, when they'll have the actual wrestling. It's called folk-style wrestling, and in high school it begins at 103 pounds. And for the West Hall Spartans, they will start at 103 pounds. Lakin Herford, a freshman, who comes into this one at 6-3 on the year. At 112 is Omar Lopez, a junior, at 9-5. At 119, Trey Smith, a junior, who is 4-5 on the year. At 125, Tanner Yates, one of the good ones in the county, a junior. He comes in at 14-0 on the year. And then at 130, it's Justin Byrne, a senior, at 10-4. At 135, Logan Herford, a sophomore, at 12-2, who was a 2009 state qualifier. At 140 pounds, it's Andrew Johnson, a senior, at 5-9 on the year. Collins Wright is at 145, a junior, at 11-3. 152, it's Jacob Scarborough, a junior, at 3-11. He's a first-year wrestler. At 160 pounds, Ricardo Mancia. He's a sophomore at 5-9. 171 is Elijah Muriowski, a senior, at 7-7. Chris Price is at 189. Chris is a junior, at 9-5 on the year. At 215, it's Julio Chavez, a junior, at 4-10. And at 285, it's Jimmy Lopez. He is a freshman at 0-8 on the year. William, what about for the War Eagles of Chestatee?
Well, at 103, Jose Reyes is a freshman. He's 10-4. At 112, J.W. Gilbert, a sophomore, who's 3-8. 119, senior Zach Chadwick, he's 3-7. 125, Aaron Verduzco is a sophomore at 1-5. 130, sophomore Fonny Arroyo, he's 1-5. 135, Kyle Wesley, a sophomore, who's 1-8. 140, Jorge Ramos is a senior at 3-7. 145, Cody Etris is a sophomore, he's 7-7. 152, Taylor Wright, he's a sophomore at 9-6. 160, Daniel Moreno is a junior, he's 12-5. 171, Bert Castrita is a sophomore, he's 4-5. 189, Guillermo Casas, he's a senior at 10-3. 215, Ed Vieta, he's a senior at 5-2. And at 285, freshman Aaron Anderson, he's 7-3.
Now, another thing that they do these days is back when William and I wrestled, you always started all the matches at the lightest weight class, whatever it was, and that did change over the years, and again, it starts at 103. But now, William, they actually draw to see where they're going to start the matches. Now, you're an official as well as being both of us are ex-coaches as well as ex-wrestlers, and William actually is an active official and one of the good ones around. Now, tell us why they started to do that, when they draw to see where the weight classes would start.
Well, I guess just to spice it up a little bit, change it so that the heavier wrestlers didn't go last all the time and the lighter ones didn't go. And so right after weigh-ins, if you have weigh-ins on site, you'll have a little drawing kit and you'll draw the weight class out of the hat, and it could be any one of the 14 weight classes where you start. And
when you start, when we say that, ladies and gentlemen, you start at that weight class, you wrestle up and then back around to that weight class. So if you actually started at the heavyweight class, for instance, you would wrestle the heavyweight first and then wrestle all the way back up to heavyweight. In this particular instance, we're going to start at 119.
Right.
119 pounds, and that will be, as a matter of fact, Trey Smith of West Hall against Zach Chadwick of the War Eagles of Chestatee. West Hall comes into this one at 8-5, and Chestatee at 5-1 on the season. We're back taking you out to the Silverdome in just a moment on the Hall County Sports Game of the Week.
Does your business or home office have limited space? Let Office Pros experts show you how to turn small, cluttered areas into highly organized, efficient workspaces with cubicles completely planned and installed at surprisingly low prices. Office Pros experts will come to your location and help you plan the perfect office without the clutter. For companies downsizing, cubicles can double the capacity of existing 10 by 12 offices by installing just 2 cubicles. Call today for a free consultation. Let Office Pros put your business on the path to success.
This broadcast is also brought to you by the Longstreet Clinic. Doctors you know, care you trust. The Longstreet Clinic, where patient care is always centered around you. If you would like a copy of tonight's broadcast, call North Georgia Productions at 770-297-0528.
Action from the Silverdome at West Hall High School. Gary Glenn along with William Howington just a few moments ago. Fancy intros. West Hall coming out, doing a little running around, but now it's time to get to the matches. At 119 pounds is where we're going to start. Trey Smith, a junior for the Spartans of West Hall, at 4-5 against Zach Chadwick. At 3-7, a senior for the War Eagles of Chestatee. You see the wrestlers on the edge of the mat there, and right trotting back is going to be Smith with West Hall on the front of his singlet, and the Silver and Navy Spartans down the side. Chadwick in the maroon with Chestatee. 119-pounders, William.
See our official there, Richie Taylor with the All-South Wrestling Official Association. He's been refereeing now for about 25 years.
First control is going to be given 2 points for the takedown to Smith.
And then a quick reversal by Chadwick.
So the match is tied at 2-2. You score points by gaining control or getting away from control, of course, with pins and near pins.
That wasn't an escape. Smith has to turn and face him. Chadwick riding a tight waist there. A little Granby roll by Smith. And he gets his point.
So it's an escape for Trey Smith of West Hall. Next points could come on another takedown. Pulling that leg up tight.
Takes him to his back. That's near fall points. 2 for the takedown and 2 for the near fall.
So right now, Smith with the early lead in the match.
Escape, so that makes it 6-3.
Now the team scoring. Talk about that in just a moment as Smith gets another takedown, loses his headgear in the process. For a decision by 8 points or less, you get 3 team points. By what's called a major decision, at 8 points or more, you get 4 points unless it gets to be what's called a technical fall, William, and then you get 5, right?
Right. 15 points is a technical fall, and the match stops right there.
And for a forfeit, disqualification, or a pin, you get 16 points. So we'll try to keep you abreast on the way the team scoring is going as well as the first period comes to an end with Smith on top. So now they are given a choice. They flip a colored disc.
Chadwick takes down.
Tries to do that Granby roll, get away. You see the colored leg bands there, red and green, and they have a colored disc. And you see the arm bands that Richie has there too, also at red and green. Still controlled by Smith. Now an escape.
Chadwick gets to escape. Little single shot there, but he was too far away. You got to get in tight when you shoot a single.
Now another takedown. Smith so far dictating the tempo of this match.
It's 10-4 right now. Now an escape for Chadwick, 10-5.
Pretty quick reactions that time by both wrestlers.
That's a 28-foot circle. You see the outer boundaries. It's a 28-foot diameter circle with the 10-foot circle on the inside. Action's supposed to take place in that 10-foot circle. If you avoid wrestling, you can be called for stalling.
Chadwick now
Potentially dangerous on the knee.
Yeah, working on that single leg, headed in pretty deep. They stop the action. That signal that all the referee do, as William said, is called, it's a signal for a potentially dangerous hold. You want to try to avoid hurting the wrestlers at all costs, or for them hurting one another. And you see Eric Raddick on the sidelines over there, the West Hall coach. Threw his arms up and shot under. Smith flattened out well to counter the move.
He's trying to switch off to a double if he can, but he just gave Smith the takedown, it looked like. 12-5. And then he gets an escape, 12-6. This one looks like it's just going to go back and forth. Right on the edge of the mat and out of bounds.
William, explain that now, at the edge of the mat. What's the edge of the mat now?
Well, as long as the supporting parts of either wrestler are in bounds, the wrestling continues. But once the supporting parts of both wrestlers go out of bounds, the match stops. And then they start back in the center there. You see on that 3-foot lines, one side red, one side green.
All right, going into the third period now. Right now, Trey Smith of West Hall in control of this one.
And he takes down to start the third period. That's a 1 foot difference between those lines. His hands have to be in front and his knees have to be behind.
Now, this time the advantage is firmly in the corner of Trey Smith, William, because he's got the lead and he has an opportunity here to score points from the defensive position.
Chadwick riding that ankle, trying to turn him over. Smith taking his arm. You want to get wrist control. You see he's got the wrist. Now Chadwick trying to throw in his legs. But he's going to maintain control. I thought for a second there Smith was going to get out. Smith now just looks like he's trying to hold on. Chadwick, of course, trying to furiously turn him and get back points, near fall points. They're in a position right there where neither one of them can do a whole lot. We could have a stalemate call, but no, he gets out of it with a little crossface. I think Chestatee's going to let him go so he can take him down. There's an escape. If you can't turn the wrestler, about the only chance you got is to let him go and take him down.
Right now, advantage again, still with Smith.
Still neutral. There's a takedown.
Let him go.
I believe there's a reversal. He's got the butcher in there trying to turn him.
Smith kind of hunkered down a little bit. And look at this. Got some back points there, William.
Yeah, 15-8. He's going to get back points.
Well, they got that one for the escape, so I think the final is going to wind up 16-11.
And West Hall will take a 3-0 lead over Chestatee.
Next up is the 125-pounders. That's Tanner Yates of West Hall, a junior at 14-0 against Aaron Verduzco, a 1-5 sophomore for the Warriors of Chestatee. Yates, one of the better wrestlers in the county, William, undefeated.
Right. Yates has been coming along pretty good here in the last year or two. It's already 2-1. You see that front headlock there. Yates running the front headlock but loses it. Verduzco is just a sophomore.
Yates flattening out well, countering the single or double leg tackle attempted by Verduzco. And he's working that head pretty good right there.
Tried to roll the front headlock but couldn't get it.
William, you also in the headlock now you have to take an arm, right?
Right, you have to have an arm in circle or it'd be an illegal headlock. You can't just wrap your arms around the head. You have to have an arm in there. You hadn't get him down to the mat, now he does. That's a takedown. 4-1. You can see the legs in there. He's going to try to turn him.
because he's pretty close to the edge of the mat. Now again, folks, the edge of the mat is the circle, not the actual physical edge of the mat.
Right, that 28-foot diameter circle, you can see it there, and then with the 10-foot circle, then you have 3-foot lines 1 foot apart right there where they start. Nice Granby into a Peterson, but he can't quite finish the move.
Good counter by Yates, who's now got him in a predicament. Got some back points out of it.
And he gets an escape. Six to 2.
So Yates actually came out on the good end of that one up. Going to get a caution there. He jumped the gun a little bit, didn't he, William?
Right. That's a false start. You get 2 before there's a point awarded. So that was his first one.
Going for the single. Got it in pretty deep. Now
trying for a cradle, but misses that. Just takes the half, and the period ends. The 70 near fall points he gets. 2 takedown, 3 near fall.
So Tanner Yates, the undefeated junior from West Hall, firmly in control of this one. Now, that sign that he meant there is that he won the toss, but that he defers his choice to the third period.
Right, they flip the disc before the match starts and then alternate. They choose odd or even, whether or not they want the odd or even matches. This is an even match since it was the second match. So every other wrestler has the choice. Nice Granby roll into an escape.
Oh, he ducked under that well.
10 to 2 into a takedown. That's 12 to 2.
Verduzco couldn't quite turn that loose fast enough. Trying for the half Nelson now. He's not quite got the elbow behind the neck yet. He's trying to get it in deep. There are back points being scored.
Wants to underhook that arm if he can. You see him trying to grab it where he can underhook it, but he can't quite get it. If he can underhook that arm, he can take his shoulders down to the mat. There, he's underhooked it. Now he's got it in there pretty deep. Verduzco fighting that pretty good there. He's coming out the back. He squeezes out. But right back to his back.
No change, really. And you see the official there, Taylor, signaling no change. Yates trying to decide what to do next. He is definitely an aggressive wrestler. Trying the cross face there. Looks like the half might be there if he can get it in. He's trying to turn him over.
If he gets near fall points, the match will be over with because he'll have a technical fall. And it looks like he's going to get him.
Got it in pretty deep, but I tell you, Verduzco really fighting that pin and fighting it well. Very flexible. That helps when you're flexible like that, William, to fight a pin.
That was a technical fall, 3-point near fall, and that makes it 19 to 2, and he wins on the technical fall. That's 15 points. So that means West Hall is up 8 to 0 now in the team score.
All right, Tanner Yates undefeated on the season. Next up, the 130-pounders, Justin Byrne, a senior at 10-4 for West Hall against Fonny Arroyo, a sophomore at 1-5.
Byrne in there pretty deep with the bear hug and loses him, but now he has a single. And he gets the takedown.
That's 2 points for West Hall's wrestler there, Justin Byrne.
You see those shoes, those are special wrestling shoes, and they come with a Velcro strap in there. The shoelaces can't come undone. They've got Velcro straps.
Back a long time ago, all the wrestlers used to just take tape and tape their shoelaces. That's a cross-body ride, now called a grapevine with a leg, and he's trying to turn him with that and getting some points.
He got 2 out of it. 2 near fall.
The legs like that often, that's called a full spreader, William, for obvious reasons, when you spread out the legs like that with your legs.
Right. Call them putting in hooks because they look like hooks. But that's just a single hook in there.
Driving that Nelson pretty deep now. Now, if you're wondering, folks, can you pin yourself? Yes, you can. Justin Burns not going to do that, though.
Well, all he has to do is hold him on his back for 2 seconds, count 1,000, 1,002, and that's a pin. Unlike professional wrestling, which is 1, 2, 3. College wrestling is 1 second. High school is 2 seconds on your back.
He got away. So there's a point. 1 point scored by Fanny Arroyo.
7-1 now.
What's called the neutral position. The wrestler with the advantage, and now obviously Byrne with the advantage there. Throws that grapevine in immediately. A lot of guys are leg wrestlers, William, particularly in high school.
Right. If you can control the legs, you got it beat. That's the main thing. You look for. Now he's going for a guillotine. He can't lock his hand around his head until he gets back points. He didn't get any. Period ends.
All right. Right now, Arroyo hanging in there with a senior who's 10-4 on the year.
West Hall chose up. It was his choice. He took up. Usually when they ride him like that, they like to take up because he hasn't been able to do a whole lot. If you take down, you might get pinned. You see a nice Anderson bar in there. He's got a wing, and then he locks his hand around it. Now he's just driving that chicken wing or arm bar, just turning it over.
It's called a chicken wing because it looks like a wing.
And he's got him to his back, but he comes out of it.
Nice move by Arroyo. However, Byrne maintains control.
12-1, so he's got him in a major decision so far. He's working on trying to get a technical fall. And he's trying to get a split scissors if he can. He's got that grapevine in on this side, and then he's trying to work to get that other leg. Now he's going back for the guillotine.
Wow, you wonder how the joints stand that sometimes.
And he's got it in there pretty deep. He's getting back points now. Now you can lock your hands. Once you get back points, you can lock your hands. He let go of it. Now he's just in a typical reverse half Nelson situation. A little bit of a...
Couldn't quite pull him back. Oh, he's driving it pretty deep now.
That's
look at
pretty
that.
Deep half Nelson there. And he's pinned.
And the winner by a pin, Justin Byrne, West Hall. We're back in a moment. The Hall County Sports Game of the Week. Falcon Parkway Fitness is your neighborhood family fitness center. The friendly, knowledgeable staff, all certified trainers, are there to help you achieve your fitness goals in a state-of-the-art facility, all for less than $1 a day for a membership. Falcon Parkway Fitness is open to fit your schedule. Where else can you find child care, group fitness, personal training, a day spa, and a hair and nail salon all under one roof? That's Falcon Parkway Fitness behind the Public Shopping Center in Flowery Branch. Visit us on the web at www.falconpkwifitness.com.
Are you struggling to get where you really want to be in life? Then get on the fast track to success at Lanier Technical College with 5 campuses, day, evening, and online classes, and many tuition fees paid for by the Hope Grant. There's no better way to get where you really want to be. Now more than ever, high-paying employers are looking for highly trained individuals with hands-on technical training. So stop struggling and get moving. Lanier Technical College. Get ready. Go!
Justin Byrne with that pin of Arroyo. William gives his team big 6 points right there with that pin.
Right, that makes the team score now 14-0 in favor of West Hall.
All right, back out on the mat, a couple of sophomores going head-to-head. Logan Herford at 12-2 in a 2009 state qualifier back earlier in the year. Of course, that's back in February when they wrestled in the state meet against Kyle Wesley. Only 1-8, also a sophomore. Boy, and Herford takes him down quickly.
Going straight to that half with a wrist on this side. He's turning him pretty hard. He's on his back. He's getting near fall.
He's got that reverse Nelson sunk in deep. Look at that. This one may be over.
Got his
quick.
feet spread, weight on his toes a little bit. Try to get your weight on your toes, but he's got him on his toes, but he's got his feet turned sideways. You see his toes twinkling up right there.
Now he goes back to the regular Nelson, trying to get chest to chest and force those shoulder blades down. Right at the edge of the mat. There it is. Logan Herford, a winner by pin. Another 6 points for West Hall. The Spartans dominating the early going here.
That makes it 20-0. Almost not an insurmountable lead, but a hefty lead to start off the match. But this is where West Hall's pretty strong. Chestatee's strength is in the upper weights.
All right, now you see coming on the mats now at 140 pounds, Andrew Johnson, senior for West Hall at 5-9 against Jorge Ramos, also senior at 3-7. So far, pretty evenly matched looking wrestlers. Oh, nice duck under there. Good move. Oh, good back heel.
I don't know if he got the points or not. There he does. 2-0. Get that wrist. It's going to turn him loose and let him go for takedowns. 2-1. Doesn't matter whether or not you give up the escape or whether or not the guy earns it. It's still 1 point for an escape.
Yep. And you see Ramos on the left. And ducking under try. Fireman's carry.
Nice fireman.
Move. Nice move. Andrew Johnson, West Hall. Yep, with the knee pads.
He's going to just work takedowns with him. It's 4-2. Yeah, you can't get careless. And another takedown. Takedown to the back this time.
Just get his weight up a little bit, William. He could have him, but right now, West Hall wrestler Johnson scrambling around, trying to keep that back off the mat.
See a new official in there. This is Sean Fields.
Not quite.
Can't quite see there for the officials in the way, but you can see he's got him what we used to call a predicament.
Yeah, 2 points near fall, but let's see, how long did he hold him?
He held him. He got 3.
Got him down there and held him.
9-2.
All right, it's the red choice, and as you see there, Ramos with the red leg band on, it's his choice, so he chooses the neutral position because he's pretty good at taking folks down, as we have seen. They like to know what they play to their strengths, don't they, William? If they're good, they're good at taking people down or getting away or going for the pin.
Most of the time, if you're behind or something or another, you take down so you can get an escape or reversal. But if you've been dominated, you might take top just so you can score, get near fall, and not make the guy have to come out from underneath before he scores on you. But Ramos has been good on his feet, so he chose neutral.
This time.
Well, he has him tired. Johnson's tired. He needs to go after him and not let him get his second win, get back in the match, because he was on his back. You're surprised how much energy you expend fighting off your back.
I was about to say Johnson looks a little more cautious this time, wrestling a little bit better in the neutral position. He tries to go for that single leg. Ramos backs out of it.
Well, Ramos doesn't know it, but he's got him right where he wants him if you just go after him.
This Johnson.
Yeah,
it's 2.
It's 2. 9-4.
That's the one thing about wrestling. You can get a big lead, but you got to hold it. And sometimes if you do something silly, William, you wind up on your back and you're getting pinned.
Right. He can be behind 14 points, and all of a sudden, boom, you get pinned, and it's over with.
That's right. Now Ramos has to go for the bottom position. And Sean Fields now the official. Andrew Johnson of West Hall, the Spartans against the War Eagles of Chestatee, and that's Jorge Ramos. He gets an escape.
10-4 now. You see, as the match goes on, they get tired. They lose some of their positioning. You want to keep your elbows in, your feet underneath you, not get too much weight going forward or backward.
And William, there's no shape quite like wrestling shape, is there?
No.
You can run a marathon and get out there and wrestle for 6 minutes and be tired as all get out. That's the end of the period. Ramos leading this one.
Your arms feel like they're made out of lead after you've gone a while. He's going to give him an escape, let him just stand up. They get 10-5. That's a new rule that's put in last year. You can just let the guy go before the match even starts.
Just concede the escape.
Just concede the escape, that's right.
It's like in high school baseball, you can just say, I want to put him on, right?
Right.
Just give up the intentional walk and not have to throw the pitches. Same kind of idea. Boy, they're both looking pretty tired now.
And there was a lot of action there early on. We've settled down now into a cat and mouse game. Ramos just trying to hold on, and Johnson trying to figure out a way to pick up a few points here. May as well be aggressive. If you're going to get beat, doesn't really matter if it's 10-5 or 15-5 or.
Yeah, you gotta kind of sell it at the end, don't you? If you're behind, way behind, you got to go for something. And you get beat by 2 or get beat by 6, you still get beat. And you're talking team points too. Now Ramos goes for the takedown, and did he give it to him at the edge of the mat?
Yes, he did.
I believe he did. Yes, he did.
And he's going to let him go. 12-6.
Conversation there. Now back to the action. Circling for an advantage. Johnson right now needs to be the aggressor, but he's behind.
Notice the other way around. Ramos doing a good job of keeping the action going. He's trying to get under there. He's trying to get that fireman. He's trying to get that duck under. Trying to get a snap down there.
And William, even I think I just saw a warning from the official for stalling. And even though you can be behind, you can still be warned for stalling. There, they made a little bit of a mistake, and Johnson took advantage of it. Got the takedown. Notice, ladies and gentlemen, the armbands of the official. A lot of that is indicating of the action. And now Johnson gives him an escape.
This is kind of strange. I think he should have seen what he could do. Well, there wasn't much time.
And that's going to end it at a 15-9 decision by Jorge Ramos. So Chestatee is on the board, William.
Right, that'll make the score 20-3 in favor of West Hall. But you're right, Chestatee's on the board with that 3-point decision.
All right, here's the 145-pounders, folks. Collins Wright, a junior for West Hall, 11-3, against Cody Etris, a sophomore at 7-7. Etris goes for the double leg and can't quite pull it up. Well, look at that. Now he puts him down. That's the other thing. You got to be pretty ginger about how you put them down, don't you? Even get called for a slam, which is illegal in high school wrestling.
Right, you can't just throw them down to the mat. You have to ease them down. Now you see a Peterson by the West Hall wrestler. Gets him to his back. And the near fall and then the reversal. It's 5-4 West Hall. Now on the skate. Tied up. Etris been wrestling for a while, even though he's just a sophomore. He's been on the middle school team in USA Wrestling.
Right of West Hall turning into it now, looking for the reversal and the points.
Well, he's got him on his back. He's got near fall. Looks close to getting him pinned.
Bridges, better watch bridging on his shoulders. You can pin yourself.
Right. Wright's got him in a precarious situation if he just hook his arm under there, but he loses him. Then he comes back around and now has him in a deep half with the period end. 3-point near fall.
A lot of points there for Collins Wright of West Hall.
10-5. And then we got a nosebleed.
Now you just saw Sean Fields say blood time. Explain what that's all about, will you?
Well, if you're bleeding, you get 5 minutes of blood time. You see Coach Paul White there at the Chestatee War Eagles, assistant coach, long-time coach around here. Used to be the head coach at North Hall and at Decula. But you get 5 minutes of blood time to get that stopped. And if you don't get it stopped after 5 minutes, you lose the match.
And the coaching staff of West Hall over there, talking to their wrestler, Collins Wright.
All right, this is kind of official timeout. You get 5 minutes of blood time, or now you use a cumulative amount, so we'll write that time down that it was used, and he'll keep being able to use that up to 5 minutes.
And after that, you forfeit the match, right?
Right. Hardly that ever happens. Usually you don't make it to 5 minutes.
All right, really working him over now.
Got the shoulder up under the leg. Etris trying to get that leg, and he comes out the back. Good job. He needs to get his hips up. Wright needs to get to his belly.
No control given yet, no reversal. But Wright has maintained his position. And a lot of this is a judgment call on part of the official, isn't it, William?
Right.
There's certain criteria you
Well,
have.
you can still see Wright's on top. He's
Right.
got his weight on him. Still has the leg now out of bounds. Etris never gained a neutral position or whatever.
He's
So they're on their feet.
He's going to give him an escape. The referee Fields does give him an escape.
Pretty good shot in there. Countered good by Wright if he can get that arm. But Etris is in good position for the takedown, but I believe he's going to lose it. And he does. Good job by Wright, flipping him over, and now he's got a half Nelson in there.
Work on that. You can't lock your arms under both arms. That's a full Nelson, which is an illegal hold. But a half Nelson, there's also a move called a quarter Nelson and a three-quarter Nelson.
Full three-quarter and a modified three-quarter.
Yep.
You got all kind of Nelson's involved. Now you see that half Nelson, he's turning him over, getting points.
Remember, Chestatee just got on the board, and there's the pin. So Chestatee just got on the board, but West Hall responds with a pin by Collins Wright.
That makes the team score 26-3 in favor of West Hall.
We're back in a moment with more wrestling on the Hall County Sports Game of the Week.
Hey, I'm Crazy Larry G. I may be high on the hill, but I got the lowest prices in the valley. I've instructed Doug and Mary to cut this furniture to the bone, even lower than a whale in the Pacific Ocean. Even if we have to auction it off at a $175 bid, a 15 with a quarter with a half, tell me. Just remember, if you buy it anywhere else, we both lose money.
Gainesville White Print, a name in Hall County that is synonymous with excellence. This family business has served the imaging needs of architects, contractors, developers, realtors, and graphic artists for more than half a century. When customer service is almost a thing of the past, you can count on Gainesville White Print. Whatever your question may be, your call will be answered by a knowledgeable and friendly person. We have a deep knowledge of over 60 years of the commercial construction bid process. We're the most experienced copy and sign business in North Georgia. Our professionally produced graphics will put your project at the top of the list with your clients. So for signs, banners, trade show displays, and copies of all sizes, call Gainesville White Print. The great pride we take in our business will reflect in yours. 312 Bradford Street, 770-534-2086.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Lion's Den, a full-service family hair salon. Walk-ins are welcome. Rucksack Military Surplus, a complete line of law enforcement and military items is available at Rucksack Military Surplus. Coach Chuck Clausen has been selling real estate in North Georgia since 1992. Prior to that, Chuck coached in the National Football League for 17 seasons. ProTech Automotive, new location, same great service. 807 Summit Street Southwest, across from the Water Department off Queen City Parkway. 678-450-7115. ProTech Automotive, we make it quality. And by North Georgia Productions, experts in the field of video service, always in support of the youth of Hall County. If you'd like a copy of tonight's game, call 770-297-0528 or log on to hallcountysportstv.com.